I don't think I need any introduction, you know who I am. Do we have any visitors here tonight? Well, welcome along. Can I suggest your best way to get into the club is to just bowl in and talk to someone. You've got something in common, and that's cameras and photography. And also go on field trips when they come about. You'll really enjoy them and you'll get to know the members. So welcome along. I hope you enjoy tonight's evening. Do we have any visitors here tonight? Well, welcome along. Can I suggest your best way
particularly
to
new members, if you signed up, thank you very much indeed. Your job till we speak next week, okay? No, I'm kidding. Welcome along. I hope you enjoy the show.
Trips when they come about, you'll really enjoy them and you'll get to know the members. So welcome along. I hope you enjoy tonight's evening. Do we have
Cell phones are off
tonight?
and toilets are over on that corner of the building, signposted, and particularly new members, if you're there, and thank you very much indeed. Your job we speak next week, okay? No, I'm kidding. Welcome along. I hope you enjoy the show.
Tonight's program, we're going to first of all have nothing to show.
Welcome along. I hope you enjoy
That's because that's the title of the MDC.
And toilets are over on that
following
corner
that, we will have the competition results of the natural history competition. We've had the ice flowers briefly beforehand tonight, and I think we'll go straight into going to first of all have nothing to show.
Welcome along. I hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah, that's the title of the MDC.
And toilets are over on that.
Following that, we will have the competition results of the natural history competition. We've had the ice flowers briefly beforehand tonight, and I think we'll go straight into going to first of all have nothing to show. Yeah, that's the title of the MDC. Following that, we will have the competition results of the natural history competition. We've had the ice flowers briefly beforehand tonight, and I think we'll go straight into
see. Thank you, everyone. Well, the winner was Jane Barnes. Is Jane here tonight? She is. Got a chocolate fish and a wee Easter gift as well. Now, Jane, would you like to come up with a number between 1 and 7? 3. So, thank you, everyone. 27. Well, the winner was Jane Icon. Is Jane here tonight? So, Icon is the theme for next month, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you to Karen for adjudicating. Thank you very much. Now, Jane, would you like to...
Thank you, John. Thank you very much for organising these events. It's a behind-the-scenes job that takes up a lot of time and is very much appreciated. And likewise to all the members who've taken part. That's excellent. It keeps the club interesting and alive and gives you something to do each month.
Thank you to Karen for adjudicating.
Right. Okay, we'll move on to the natural history results, and I'll hand that over to Nicola. Thank you, John. Thank you very much for organising these events. It's a behind-the-scenes job.
Hi, everyone. Before I start on the natural history, I just want to go through some of the scoring and everything like that for new members and for our guests tonight. So the way that they are scored is from a range from 0 to 6. So a 0, a 1 and a 2 are not accepted.
Thank you
3
very
is
much
accepted.
for organising
A
these
4
events.
is highly. Hi, everyone.
Before
I accept the natural history, 5 is go through some of the scoring and 6 is best in show. So that's what works. Now, for this night, natural history, one that we had this week, our judge was Murray Cave. Unfortunately, Murray's very, very sick, and he hasn't been able to judge for us for this. So for my first time ever being a secretary for natural history, I've been thrown in the deep end somewhat. And so what we've done is we've come up with a CBS panel this time. So there's been 3 judges put together, myself, John Hawkins and Murray Cave. And so we independently went through and scored these images, and then we got together as a collaborative, and any one of those ones that we didn't score similarly on, we discussed. There was only mostly, they were all mostly well scored within this time. So we all got the same score on the majority of them. So there weren't very many that we had to go back through and review. And so we had the confidence to know that we were in the right ball game. So how we're going to run this tonight is we don't have judges' critique. So what I'd like to do is encourage audience participation. And so when we see an image and we get the scores that come through, I'd like someone to put their hand up and so they can at least comment. Just do one person per image, and just so that we can get somebody else's perspective on their critiques and what they think maybe the author could have maybe improved or done something slightly different or something that stands out to them. Just keep it quite simple and we get the brief, and we'd really appreciate that. So a hand up and they can at least comment. Just do one person per image, and just so that we can get somebody else's perspective. Should we just do the acceptances and we'll just run through these, or what are your thoughts? John? Pardon? Okay, righto. Okay, we're starting with this image. Score 2, Shags. Pardon? Oh, yeah, sure. I'd like somebody to put their hand up and for some critique on this, please. Don't be shy. Thank you.
That's a nice image showing activity by the birds. It's quite a busy background. It's a bit sort of cluttered. The log in the front is a bit sort of dominant maybe, but other than that, it's a nice shot of mum and baby bird.
That's great. Thanks, Alistair. And that's a good point. So Diana's just brought up that on the natural history competition, it's really important for your image to actually have a natural history name, and so that's also hasn't scored an acceptance for that reason. Next image. Female tomtit, Miro Miro.
This is very nice. The background's out of focus, but the bird is not really sure where the legs are coming from. It's a sideways view, and I think although the non-acceptances will come up quite a lot, when you compare it to ones that have got a higher point, they probably see why it hasn't been accepted.
Thank you for that. Next image. Score 2, Zosteropops lateralis. See, I used to do this, but I'm still not very good on my Italian. Would you like to do one?
Okay, it's a real challenge to get nice bird photography. I'm not sure whether it might be on my eyesight, but whether the head is sharp. The background on the right-hand side is a little distracting with the orange flower. Now, you can't do anything about it. You've just got to take 1,000 shots, and eventually one of them will be spot on.
Thank you. Perfect. Next image. Pokeko walking. Sorry, I was going to have an awful lot of Ks, that poor Pokeko. Right.
This one's looking a little bit over-sharpened. You can see the halos around the edge of the pukeko. There's a way of getting rid of those in Photoshop, but the background looks sort of what it's walking on, where it's sharp, looks a bit over-sharpened to me.
Thanks for that, Alan. Next image. Kiriru Hemipuga Nova Ceilande. Sorry about that. Wood pigeon in a tree. Any takers on this one? Or so one thing that we were looking at is that you can see that the end of the tail is cropped off. We would have liked to have seen the entire bird, and I'm sure that a natural history judge would be very similar on that. Apart from that, the cropping's good, and the depth of field is good on this image. Again, this the Carrera Hemipaga, same thing. Sorry, the wood pigeon. It would have been great to see the entire wood pigeon, the Carrera, and it would have been. And some of the twigs are quite distracting and quite close to the bird. Anybody else would like to make a comment on that? Are we all good? Great. The orchid species on an oak Nepal. I think it's quite a rare orchid that is really good to be able to get in natural history. It would have been maybe a different angle, would have given it a bit of perspective and maybe a bit of different light, and the foreground kind of it's a bit cluttered and there's a bit of foreground. Is there any other comments that somebody else would like to make on that?
Maybe just one orchid rather than the whole bunch?
Yep, that could have been another take, with just one orchid would have been great. Yeah, or a smaller selection. The silver eye, Zosteropops lateralis. This image is a little bit bright on the eye, and the depth of field is good. The sticks are very bright in the background too. You could have done a bit of burning on the branches and on each side of that, so that the bird would have stood out more. And just the way that the image is taken, like looking up at the bird, and that you can't see as much of its eye, and the eye is a real focus for birds. That, as Newell was saying, take thousands, take hundreds, you get one in a bunch, just keep snapping and you'll get a good image of a good bird. Any other comments that anyone would like to make on that? Okay. The young shag at Apple Tree Bay. This is a lovely image. It's really hard to get these blacks not too black and burn, like absolutely. that you can't define them. So that's actually a very difficult thing to do. What would have been lovely to see is more light in the shag's eye, and maybe just from a slightly different angle so that you would have seen more of that facial texture. But apart from that, it's yeah, well done. Keep working on it. You're really in the right direction on that. Any other comments? Good. Bee on flax flower. This was a really close image from a number of us to be an acceptance. What we felt is the cropping on this image was really is where it let it down, because you couldn't really see what the main focus is on. You can see that beautiful flower in the middle that's quite focused, but am I looking at the bee or that beautiful flower in the middle? So it's really difficult to crop that in a lot, or to get your own angle and perspective of what you're trying to achieve in this. But beautiful image. Nestor notobolus, perched waiting for mischief. This is very similar to the image that Diana was mentioned before. Beautiful image, great depth of field, great detail, the eyes nice and sharp. There's, like you're looking at some lovely things. You've got some highlights down there and in that far corner that is a little bit distracting, and that twig on the other side would have been great to see the entire bird. But when you see the acceptances, you will actually see why this has come to that. I'll just pass you over to Ellen for some more comments on that.
I think with an image like this, that a closer in crop would have made it just sort of like a head and shoulders portrait type image, and then you're getting rid of those distracting highlights down the bottom left there, and just concentrating on the beak and the head and the shoulders would have made it a really good picture.
Yep, totally agree. Really worth looking at that image again and just playing around with it some more, because it's got some real potential. This is a water spider. On looking at it, it's really hard to really make sure that it's super, super sharp and super focused. Fantastic little specimen, and good on you for finding it. It's really great. But just, it's challenging, this macro stuff in nature. I don't know how they do it. It's really tough. Bit of a highlight spot there on the side of the image. Always watch the side of your images for things that are coming in and out of your image. So you've got a bit of a highlight there, that half in, half out. And he's just not quite sharp enough to make that through. A cloud iridescence. Beautiful cloud, great colours. What we're looking at is something that you don't see every day. I think what we're looking for is when you see some of the other images and they've got some real wow power, this is a great thing to be able to put into natural history, and it really shows a lot. It would have been nice to see some more of that bottom cloud, the entirety of that cloud, and maybe just something more just to give it a bit more of a punch. Any other comments on that image that anyone would like to add? Focus a bit? Okay. Yep, next. Cirrus clouds at sunset. Would have been great to see more of those sunset colours. So don't know what more you could maybe give it a little bit more punch. Seeing some of those light on the waves would have really added some real pizzazz on this. Be having a boat out there in the middle or something else to focus on would have really made this an absolutely stunning shot. It's a fantastic effort. Those clouds are fantastic. Keep working on it. Mycena species Boyle River. This was very close to an acceptance for us. This was one that we got through and we chatted about for a little while. We wondered if, when you look at the far side of this fungi, he's not completely sharp. Some focus stacking may have helped. I apologise if it already is focus stacked, but from looking at it from from looking at it from our screens, it looks like it could have just been slightly sharper, just to push it all the way through from other images that we have seen. But great colours, nice and clean. Yep, good effort. The Pepe Wharu Shining Cuckoo with the meal. That is such a hard image to capture. I can tell you, I have spent a really long time trying to get something like that. I'm very, very envious. The thing that's let it down in this situation, and I'm sure you already know, is that you've got a couple of leaves that are sitting in front of the bird. And yeah, but I am dead jealous, whoever the author is, because that is not easy to get. Congratulations, but those leaves, you have to take a chainsaw or something next time. African daisy. This image needs to, you need to make a couple of choices what to do with this image. It's got lots of potential for us. Just the fact that the focus is not fully focused, and there you've got the depth of field is a little bit confusing, and there's a little bit distractions. It's questionable, and you have to be maybe putting it in an open and do something a little bit more creative, something with it, or being fully sharp for a natural history. I'll just put you on to Diana for some comments on that.
I don't think it's like taking a daffodil. It's a tame flower rather than a wild one. No, it's cultivated. That's what I mean.
You're allowed to do cultivated ones in natural history?
No.
Okay. Right. Next. Mating red damselfly. Again, not an easy image to get. Great capture. It's a bit busy, but well done in acceptance. Nice to see them, but nice and sharp. So here we go with some livid web cap, Cortinarius violosus. Nice colours, great angle. See how the authors got down really low, and you can actually see the gills under that fungi, and they're all nice and sharp. Really nice image. Well done to the author. Accepted. Royal spoonbill, kotuku nib papa with a stick for a nest. This is a great image. Again, not an easy image to capture. Bird flying towards you, which is what you want. You certainly don't want its other side. There's a few highlights there on its shoulders, which actually brought it down just slightly. It was sitting a little bit higher, and then we realised, like when you're looking at it, when it comes back up on your screen a few times, its shoulders are quite bright. And that's the only thing that's letting it down. Otherwise, it's a stunning image. Caspian tern and juvenile. We really like this image. It was really well captured. We wondered about its cropping, and like the bird on the left and the bird out there on the water on the right. Wondered whether a different cropping might have worked better for this image to give it a higher score. But really well done to the author. Well seen, well captured. Californian quail, quite a common subject, great depth of field. It's great to see the branch that it's sitting on doesn't have any major highlights, so that's really helped your image. You can really see the quail's eyes, they're nice and sharp. The feathers are all really nice and sharp, and there's no super burnt out highlights on this image. There's nothing on the sides that's really drawing it away, so all in all, a good clear image and accepted. The great blue heron spearing a fish. We had a couple of conversations on this image also. We wondered again about the cropping on this image. It's a fantastic action shot, that's for sure. Great clarity on the eye, nice and bright. The only thing letting it down is there's an element in the foreground on this image, and we wondered whether a cropping around that would have enhanced this image somewhat. Lava tube, Mojave Desert. Look, we had a bit of a conversation on this. This is probably one of my favourite images. Questionable, and anybody would like to comment on this image? Yes?
From memory, the conversation was around the subject itself, lava caves, lava tubes. This was more seen as a light rather than the tubes itself. Obviously, the tubes, the cave part of this image, but it doesn't really give you the feeling of a tube for lava. It's more about the light. And I think that's why it didn't score as high.
Thanks for that, John. The European tube wasp. This is a really neat image because the capture of it, and you can actually see what's actually happening in nature. The only question is the sharpness in the eye of this honey wasp. You can actually see that the focus is actually just slightly down by the bee's bottom and on the bottom of that leaf. So the focus needs to just be slightly a bit higher, and that would have scored better. And there's a little bit of a distraction on the left-hand side with a slight bit of a leaf coming in. Otherwise, a well-captured image. Well done to the author. Or wax eye and bottle brush, also an accepted. Although this little wax eye has leaves in front of it as well, its eye is really crisp and clear. Also has the branches that have a number of highlights in there. So the thing that's given it an accepted is that it is nice and sharp in the eye. The background is it's nice and blurry. You've got a great depth of field. What is letting it down is that sharpness of that branch and those little leaves in front of the wax eye. But lovely capture. The jaguar, Panthera onca. Again, an acceptance. What a lucky author this is to be able to capture something like this. Beautiful image, nice and clear and sharp. Yep, well done. Great winged petrel, one of them. We did wonder, the capture of this and the action and the activity is amazing. The lighting is great. The only thing that is questionable on it is that the focus on the bird's eye is not as crisp and clear and sharp. I know, what can you, when you're there in the moment, it's, you're just trying to do your absolute best, and you can see how quickly these birds are moving. So well done to the author. It's a fantastic image. Welcome swallow and chicks. Well, this is, isn't that cute? Like the mother swallow feeding the chicks, and they're all there. You can see 3 little mouths. You can see that they're being fed. Well captured. Wondered if a slight more crop. You can see a different angle or a different crop may have improved this image, but yeah, we love it. Well done. Accepted. South Pegasus tidal rocks, Rakiura. It's so nice to see something that's got geological things for natural history. Well seen, great light. And we really liked your image. Well done. Accepted. Stone crop. Neat angle. Fantastic. Quite a bit of thoughts obviously gone into this. Love the way the lights are like kissing the tops of those things. And yeah, lovely image. Well done. Olive baboon's drink. When you see this image come up, it comes up a little bit. It needs a bit more light and a little bit more warmth is probably the right word. It would have been don't know what you could have done with that monkey on the left, not a monkey, baboon on the left, being a little bit cut off, but that's not distracting as an element. But a little bit more warmth, a bit more light would add a lot to your image. African elephants gathering at the waterhole in Namibia. What a great image. You can see the leading lines coming through. That front elephant at the front is really centre stage, nice and crisp and clear. It's in the middle of the day, which isn't ideal, but you're there, you're capturing something that's real and raw, and that dust that's coming through is all going the right way for all your leading lines. Fantastic image, we loved it. A flying Gibson's albatross. Great image. Well, that Kaikoura trip is a really good trip, isn't it? Unless you get seasick, like Jane. Yep. But, beautiful, beautiful image, nice and clear. Yeah, we really enjoyed your image, and nice to see your horizon nice and straight. No dust spots. Well done. A juvenile kaki. What an amazing angle. Well done for the author. See how the author's got really down low and they're basically lying on the ground here. That's a lot of effort, and that takes, I bet you came across wet and muddy, and beautiful eye capture, lovely light in the eye, great depth of field, nice and sharp, and lots of action. We really love this. Well done. Bumblebee on hemp agrimony. Beautiful sharp image, beautiful macro shot. You can see so much happening here. What a very busy honeybee. I don't think more words need to be said. Stunning image. Pukeko. It's lovely to see the action and some love and family environment thing going on in here with the pukekos, with the mother and the baby, and you can see things are happening. Lovely interaction, lot more and action, good depth of field, beautiful image. In Best in Show, orange nectar bat, incredible lighting. We just loved this one. Well done to the author, congratulations. We'll get Diana, if you don't mind, to help out and do the... Oh. Okay, you pass them. I'll read them. She can do the thing. Oh, me neither. You can do the handshaking. Okay. We're ready when you are. Yep. Yep. The baiting red damselfly, Karen McConaughey. Livid webcap, John Thornton. So much easier. Congratulations. Oh, I've just heard that was a Boyle River photo as a little bit of a whoop whoop, let's do it. Royal spoonbill with a stick for a nest, Les Armon. Caspian tern and juvenile, Carolyn Alcock. Californian Quail by Penny Kennedy. Great blue heron spearing a fish. Whoops, here he is. Ron Willems. Congratulations, Ron, if you're listening. Lava tube, Mojave Desert, Janine Money. European tube wasp with prey. That's Jane. Wax eye and bottle brush, Dorian Liebert. The Jaguar, Anna Stevens. Great winged petrel, Irene Ferguson. Welcome swallow and chicks, Richard Cooper. South Pegasus tidal rocks, Rakiura, Peter Curtis. Stone crop, Heat Chan Kim. Oh, he's here. Congratulations. Olive Baboon's drink, Karen Dance. Ooh. African elephants gathering at the waterhole in Namibia, Joe Curtis. A flying Gibson's albatross, Timothy Gotsmowski. Tim? Are you hiding, Tim? Okay, oh yeah, because he's driving. Juvenile khaki, Dawn Kirk. Bumblebee on hemp agrimony, Alan Moore. Yeah, that's a lovely image. Pukiko. Oh yeah, I've got to let him get back first. JK. And the best honours and best in show, Orange Nectar Bat, Trish Brown. Thank you, everybody, and I'll pass this over.
Talking about the Boyle River, we have a field trip to the Boyle River, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the date, but 17th of April. 17th of April. And if you'd like to go. Can't hear? 19th to the 21st. Does anyone not know where the Boyle River is? Yes, it's on the West Coast Road past Hanmer Springs. And we go up on Friday afternoon and come back Sunday afternoon, and it will be a feast, whatever the weather is doing. So you go online under field trips, and just sign in from there. Thank you.
Right, I'll pass you over to Newell, who will see us off.
A number of the winners for tonight's program are unfortunately not able to be here, but did anyone win through with the honours programs that's here that would like to talk about their image? Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to grab this moment while I take a walk. Thank you.
This was taken at the herbaceous border in the Botanic Gardens, and it was just a bumblebee there feasting on this what does it say? Agrimony, yeah. So lots and lots of, what I like about it is all the pollen that it's coated in, and yeah, it's nice and sharp. 90mm macro, yeah, Sony 90mm macro, yeah. Quite possibly I did use a flash, yeah, yeah. Handheld, yeah, yeah.
Dawn Kirk. Hello, Dawn. You do very well with your photographs, so let's hear about this lovely one.
I'm terrible with names. This was down at Glen Tanner, and it was a lovely sunny day, so I didn't get wet at all because I was lying beside the water. And there were 3 juveniles there, and they just kept coming up to me and going past and then turning around and going back down again. So it was a bit like Christmas, really. So it's taken with 500mm lens, and that's it.
Anyone else that's here? Okay. I want to thank Nicola particularly for stepping into the breach when you have a judge calamity with a judge and things you've got to do, and I think you did a very good job. Really appreciated that you're stepping up to the job. Give her a good round of applause. Well done. The field trips, we've already had mention of the Boyle field trips. The closing dates for programs coming up. We have tonight C-grade PI prints and PI and prints for C-grade people, so do enter. I encourage you to enter. You get feedback on your images, and don't despair. Everybody starts off slowly, and you've got plenty of opportunity to improve, but you've got to be in to win and be in to get the feedback. It's very rewarding. I would encourage you to do so. And you've still got a bit of time till midnight. 3rd of April, there's the PI portrait competition. And remember, portraits can be the dog, the cat. I had a portrait of a sister-in-law that I put in a competition, and when I told her it was beaten by a portrait of a dog, she wasn't that impressed. But you can be, please, and encourage you to enter. MDC, the next MDC is called Selected. So please, you've got till the end of Sunday the 31st to finish your job on that one. It's supposed to be taken. See, I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. Seated. I stand corrected, thank you very much. Next meeting, we will have the feedback from the Shelley Harvey workshop at the 7 p.m. session, and at the 8 p.m. session, we'll have the results of the projected image 2 competition. Is there any other notices that I've missed out on that people need to mention? Okay, in that case, it's my pleasure to thank all the people who've contributed to the meeting. I should comment, someone asked me, where's Ian and the other people are MCs. The system is that with CPS we like to share the load, and they've spread it around a number of different people to step up and rotate the job. So that's why you're lumbered with me tonight. And I would encourage people to take on other duties in the club, because it does make lighter work for those that are tied up. Okay, so thanking opening and closing Alistair. Meet and greet Alistair and John. Sound, Tim, thank you very much. I'm really impressed with the way this stuff goes out on a YouTube clip. That's way beyond me, so well done. Projection, Alistair and Alan, thank you. Alan. The tutorial, Diana, organising that, very good, well done. Supper coordinators, John and Dennis, thank you. We invite you all to next week's program. Here, please come along. Good night and safe driving home.